Shri Gurave Namaha.
Shri
Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Manavishtam
Manavishtam
Sthapitam
Sthapitam Yena
Yena
Bhutale
Swayam
Swayam
Rupa
Rupa
Madhyam
Madhyamaham
Dadati
Dadati
Swapadantikam
Swapadantikam
Vandeham
Vandeham
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru
Shri
Shri Yuta
Yuta
Padakamalam
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru
Vaishnavascha
Vaishnavascha
Shri
Shri
Rupam
Rupam
Sagrajata
Sagrajata
Sahagana
Sahagana
Raghunatham
Raghunathānuvitam Tam
Sajivam
Sajiva
Savadvaitam
Savadvaitam
Savadhutam
Savadhutam
Parijana
Parijana
Sahitam
Sahitam
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Devam
Devam
Sri
Sri
Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna
Pada
Pada
Sahagana
Sahagana
Lalita
Lalita
Sri
Shri
Vishakhanvitamscha
Vishakhanvitamscha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Kripāsindhubhya
Kripāsindhubhya
eva
eva
ca
ca
Patitānaṁ
Patitānaṁ
Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo
Namaha
Namaha
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaitam
Advaitam
Gadadhar
Gadadhar
Srivastadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our morning discussion on the topic of self-control, key to real pleasure. In the scriptures, it is said, Anandamaya Abhyasat, the jiva is pleasure seeking. So, pleasure means that gives satisfaction, enjoyment. So, where is the real enjoyment? For that, we have to know who we really are. As our topic only is self-control. So, who is the self? That self has to be understood first. People think their body only is their self. How are you? Fine. That means body is fine. Or how are you? Oh my, I have headache. I have backache for last so many days. They talk about body only. They consider self to be body. And then self pleasure means eat, drink, and be merry. How pure mouth karo. And they keep eating, keep sleeping. This is quite in the mode of ignorance. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yuktahar viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Before that, 16 he says, Natya asnatasya yogosti. One who eats too much, one who eats too less. So then he is not a yogi. Or one who sleeps too much, or he sleeps too less, then he is not a yogi. So too much eating and too much sleeping is in the mode of ignorance. To think that I am this body shows one is in gross ignorance because we are not these bodies. That's why when the person is dead, then we see that he is not responding only. Why is he not getting up? He would eat so much. Now why is he not getting up for eating? He is not the body. Scriptures start with that fundamental understanding that we are not these bodies. We are spirit soul. Aham Brahmasmi. I am pure spirit soul. So we are different from the body. We are in the body, but we are not the bodies. So that has to be understood. So we are not this body. Then we are not the mind also. Those who are poets and literatures and all that. So they think that they are the mind only. And on the mental platform, they keep composing many poems. I will bring moon. I'll bring stars. How will he bring stars? He can't. His hand cannot reach. If he goes to the top of the building, then also stars are not achievable. You go in the plane also, then also stars cannot be reached. You go in the rocket also, then also you are not able to touch the stars. So how is he going to get the stars? What does he mean? Yeah, they are not Bollywood songs. I don't know in Telugu. Telugu, I think. Is there no? Hollywood, Bollywood, Telugu. Tollywood. In Tollywood, how will he get? He can get wood, but he cannot get stars. But they say all this, I get stars for you, I get moon for you. Hopefully not sun, because if we get sun for her, he will be burned to ashes and she will also be burned to ashes. So these are all imagination. And we can see the movies are like that only. That hero jumps from 10th floor, 100th floor also he can jump, but fellow's legs also don't break. How it does not happen? So it's all fantasy, all imagination. So we are not the mind. On the mental platform, they are all imaginary pleasures. So all sense gratification they do is many things are in the mind only. Yesterday we were discussing. In Maitunadi Grahamedi Sukham Hituchan Kanduyanena Karayor Bahudukha Dukham Trupyanti Neha Kripana Bahudukha Bhajan Kandutivan Manasijam Vishayet Dhirahan Manasijam. This sex pleasure also is quite mental only. That's why we were discussing yesterday evening. That man without woman also will try for so many things. You want, he can have this. Here he can have laptop. Or engineering brain, it is thinking, no? Okay, ठीक है. Or you want to keep bottles. Now you keep. Is this okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he says the sex pleasure. That what is the beginning? Yan Maitunadi Grahamedi Sukham Hitucham. A Grahamedi, a materialistic sense gratifier, he has sex day in and day out. Nidraya Riyate Nattam Evayena Chavavayah Divacharti Ya Rajan Kutumba Bharaninava. Night either Nidraya Riyate Nattam, in sleep, or Vyavayena, or in sex life. All the materialistic householders, this is their life. Every night sex. Daytime also they will go if time is there. Otherwise night means sex. They are mad after sex. Yan Maitunadi Graham Edi Sukham Hitucham. It's insignificant pleasure. What is there in that? Just rubbing two parts of the body. So Yan Maitunadi Graham Edi Sukham Hitucham Kanduyanena Karayor Dukham. It is like some itching sensation and we keep scratching. So what pleasure is there? Just little pleasure there, and then afterwards, then the itching increases all the more, because there is some problem, maybe impurity in the blood, that is not rectified, blood is not purified. Then again sometime later itching will come. So again scratching is not the solution at all. It gives some temporary relief, but that is not the solution. And lifelong will keep itching only. Keep itching, it will itch, you will scratch. After some time it will itch, scratch, and itching will keep increasing only. So kandu inayena bahudukka dukkam kandutivan manasijam vishayeda, sorry. Yan Maitunadi Grahamedi Sukham Hitucham. What is the way next? Yesterday you told me, na? Trupyanti Neha Kripana Bahudukka Dukkam. Kandutivan Manasijam Vishayeta Dhira. That is last line he says, it is like the itching, which you keep scratching. Kandutivan Manasijam, it is mental pleasure only. Sex life is mental pleasure. That's how a man without a woman also can secrete semen and think such a relief, such an enjoyment and all that. Manasijam Vishayeta Dhira. A sense controlled person, a person who is sober, he should कंडु यनेन करयोर बहु दुःख दुःखम Trupyanti neha krupana bahu dukkha. Trupyanti neha, it will never please. Krupana, these are all krupana means miserly people. Brahmanas will not go for this. Trupyanti neha krupana bahu dukkha bhaja. It's a source of all the distress only. So one who is a sober person, dhira, one who is in knowledge, vishaheta,
Got habituated to
control
come late for a class.
this sex urge.
Yes, sir.
The problem is Jiva is pleasure seeking. So when he doesn't know higher pleasure, he will go for lower pleasure. The example of a beggar who has not got any food to eat for 3-4 days, very hungry, any rotten chapati or something, he is very happy to eat it because he is very hungry. Plate full of prasadam because so much is getting and so delicious it is. So likewise we need higher pleasure. Without higher pleasure, to control our lower drives, lower nature is an impossibility. So scriptures give us understanding of the higher pleasures that are available, and for that our higher nature has to be understood. We have body, we have mind, but beyond that also there is intelligence. The study we are discussing elaborately. So the intellectual people, they have pleasure on intellectual platform. Material intelligence only. Like Einstein, I heard after getting married, that evening only he went to his laboratory. Then 3 days he was in laboratory only. He did not return home. And wife was wondering, come on, I am married to him and he forgot me. Huh? Who is the man who after marriage will forget his wife? People dream, when will I get married and when will I have sex on the first night itself? People are crazy. And like more worse than dogs and cats, they will have sex life. Now I have my wife and just go for the sex only. That is the only pleasure they know. Nothing beyond that. But Einstein was not on mental platform. He was on intellectual platform. You know, the world, we all use our brain some 4%. Our brain has 100% capacity. Generally, we use maximum 4%. Einstein is the only person who used his brain 8%, double of what we use. We are very intellectual, and you can see that. After marriage, he went to no honeymoon. Directly went to laboratory and 3 days did not return. He forgot. Wife sent servant and with him one chit. And my dear husband, you are married now. Your wife so and so. I'm waiting at home. Please come back. And when he got the chit, then yes, I got married 3 days ago. I forgot only. Then he came back home. Can you imagine? You cannot imagine only. I may say, can you imagine? But you cannot imagine. Nobody can imagine that after marriage, one goes in laboratory, doesn't return. No, will never happen. But he was very intellectual platform, on a very high intellectual platform. So people get some kind of pleasure there also, but that is also material. Beyond the intelligence is false ego, and on the false egoistic pleasure, then there also people have so many other ways. Some people don't marry. Politicians we can see. They may not marry, but then they are after profit, adoration, distinction. Puja, love, pratishtha. So many garlands they get, and so much jai ho, iski jai, like that. In earlier times, the kings, like, Badab, Hoshiar, Raja Dhiraj, Maharaj, dash dash dash, padar rahe hain, and all drums are played and he feels, yeah, and he's looking like this, yeah. Yes. And even if one person is not bowing down, he is upset with that. Hiranyakashipu was disturbed. Performing austerities. For 100 celestial years, he performed austerities. Celestial year means our 6 months is one night, one half day over there, and remaining 6 days, 6 months is remaining half. So our 1 year is one day there. Like that for celestial, 100 celestial years he performed austerities. Austerity means no eating, no sleeping. He just stood on one leg, and because of that, from the tip of the toes, the earth was pressed down, and whole body was eaten up by the termites, by the ants. Ant hill was formed around. So much difficulty he went through, so many difficulties. And then 5 years he enjoyed as the ruler of the entire universe. And then Prahlad is 5 years old. Prahlad, when asked, what did you learn in your school of Chanda and Amarka? He says, Tat sadhu manne asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asadgraham hitvatmapatam grahamandakupam panam gatoya dharimashrito. Oh, best of the demons. Now, what I have learned is this family life is like a deep dark well, and you have fallen in that deep dark well with no rescue only. So please give up this household life, this kingdom. Go to forest. Prabhupada writes to Vrindavan and take shelter of Lord Hari there. He was so disturbed. Hari is my enemy. He killed my younger brother Hiranyaksha in the form of disguised in the form of Varaha, in the form of a pig. Boar. So how can my son should be against his uncle's enemy, uncle's killer, murderer? Isn't it? Your uncle is murdered by somebody. So you will be friendly with him or you will be against that person? You will be against. Prahlad is for that person. Man is very eager to worship that person, take his name, give him garland, remember him. So Hiranyakashipu was so disturbed. So though one may get honor, but then after some time one will be dishonored also. This world is world of dualities. There is not one like coin. You get coin with both sides, head and tail. Have you seen a coin with only head? Other side is all blank. Have you seen? No, impossible. There has to be tail also, head and tail. So like that, this is world of duality. There is heat, then there is cold also. There is happiness, and there is distress also. There are rich people, but then there are poor also. Educated, but uneducated also. Black, white, tall, small, short, all kind of. And man, apaman, honor, dishonor. So you cannot get one. We all try for happiness in one sense. Is not enough like that. Actually, I have all of you as my fans, so I don't need fans. But unfortunately, I think you don't have one fan also. Please preach, and you'll have many fans. Then you'll not need this kind of ceiling fans, table fans, and many other kinds of fans. You'll be happy with just few fans. I think Kirti Gopal Prabhu is also happy. Dhanya Gopal Prabhu, both are Gopal. It's Dhanya only and it's Kirti. So they also don't need fans. We three don't need fans. But you please preach. Have some, you become facilitator, have some facility under you. Then you will not require fans. So we are so miserable. It's all dualities in this world, and thus we cannot be happy. So honor is there, then dishonor also will be there. Distress also there, miserable place. So we have to know soul. Soul is completely beyond. It is not of this world. Soul is transcendental. Soul is Satchidananda. Eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. Not this body made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. There are so many problems with the body. Cut comes, blood comes, so much pain. Then because of Vata increasing the pain in the body. Body gives pain in so many ways. This one finger, how much pleasure it can give, maximum, put it in the ear hole or remove the wax. Something like that you do, some itching. That's it. But this one finger can give us pain in millions of different ways. It can be in a cut, the nail sometimes gets uprooted, so much pain. It can be, what you call, get stuck in the door, the car, vehicle can go over it, so much pain. So many unlimited ways are there by which the finger can give pain. But the pleasure, only one or two ways. So that is not the way. We have to get pleasure through on the soul platform only. Soul can be completely happy at every moment. So we need to control ourselves on this lower level. Our topic is self-control. So one may think I am body, one may think I am mind, one may think I am intelligence, one may think I am false ego. So we have to control ourselves in all these regards. Just like physical enjoyment, eat, drink, be merry. So can we keep eating? No. The stomach has some limitation. We cannot. Tongue can keep eating. But the supply goes to stomach. Stomach has limitation. Keep eating, one will die. One will suffocate. One ISKCON brahmachari only from foreign countries. He came for Rath Yatra and halwa was served in that temple. And his favorite was halwa. So he ate halwa, whatever was given there in the plate. So the server came and he served more. And he ate that also. The server served more like that. They operated. So they operated him and removed the halwa like that, stitches and all that. He survived. And devotees told me that is only half the story. 6 months later, there was Rath Yatra in another place. Similarly, halwa was there. So he ate halwa there also, and again he was suffocating. Again he was operated. Brahmachari supposed to have self-control, but here is brahmachari who ate so much. He was from foreign country, Russia or somewhere. Halwa was his favorite. I heard even in Saswad Center near Pune, one dog was found in the garbage dump. He had eaten a lot of halwa. And he died because of eating too much halwa. He also liked halwa. So we need to control ourselves. We cannot keep eating only. Or sleeping also cannot keep sleeping. These are not good. Kumbhakarna is a very typical of illusion. That was arranged by the demigods because they performed austerities, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishan. And if they ask for a dangerous boon, Indrapad, Indrasthan, it will be dangerous. So instead of Indra, Saraswati sat and made it Nidra Sthan. And so then 6 months he would sleep. So one needs to control the lower self and go for spiritual pleasure. Unless one controls the lower thing, one cannot go for higher thing. Just like all of you in your 9th class, you must have controlled yourself from watching TV and all that. And then you studied very nicely, then you went to 10th class. And there also, board exam and all that, you must have controlled yourself so much. I also would watch a lot of movies, but then in 10th, I wanted to be topper. So I told my all family members, no TV. TV cannot be switched on. You want me to be topper or not? They said, yes, please. So no TV, like that. So 1 month passed. After 1 month or something, my brother somehow, once he just switched on the TV. And immediately, hey, I told nobody can switch on the TV. He said, no, just for news, for 10-15 minutes. I said, no, switch it off. My elder brother, 10 years elder to me, he switched off immediately. I said, yes. So much we controlled, isn't it? People, whole night they don't sleep, night out they call. They keep studying. We have already controlled ourselves somewhere or other. I heard the boxers before their last final match and all that, 5-6 months, for 5-6 months they don't have sex. Because in sex, semen will be lost. 1 drop of semen is equivalent to 64 drops of blood. 64 drops of blood make into 1 drop of semen. So if he has sexual activity, so much semen will be lost. So they don't go for sex few months before the competition. But the sad story is after the competition, when they become winners, then they have a lot of sex. They want to compensate. Similarly, in the religious field, in Shravan month, people don't eat meat and all that. But the sad story is again, as soon as the Shravan month is over, they eat also. They want name, fame, some awards. But then after getting that, that is not satisfying, that award and all that. Then what? Then again go for sex life, or again go for meat. So we have a pleasure which can give us permanent pleasure. On spiritual platform only that permanent pleasure is there. In the Western countries where Prabhupada went, the young boys and girls who had given up society, rejected their family members and all, they were staying on streets. They would take all smoking, drinking, marijuana, LSD and all that stuff, all the drugs which are intoxicating. And it would give a kick in a sense when one takes intoxicant, then in illusion he thinks that he is very light now and he starts flying also. They experience like that. It's all fantasy, but then they experience like, I am flying now. I'm then going high, like that. I go high. But then what happens after that? Afterwards, when they come down after a few hours, next morning or whatever, then they again come down to earth only. What the flying experience is not continuing now. So when devotees, Prabhupada went to West and started preaching Harinam Sankirtan particularly, Tompkins Square Park and all, and people also enjoyed it, and they got similar experience that they are going high, like that. So they told Prabhupada that in LSD, after drinking one experience some kind of going high and all that. But then after the effect is over of LSD, again one comes down, that feeling high goes down. So Prabhupada said, but this Krishna consciousness, this transcendental elixir, transcendental drugs, this takes you high and then you remain high forever. So then devotees started advertising, stay high forever. Everywhere advertising. And how can we stay high forever? So we have some different drugs, not LSD, not marijuana. What is that? You come, you dance, you sing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And they really experience that. Unfortunately, after Prabhupada left, some left, but then hundreds and thousands of Prabhupada disciples, they are continuing to remain high forever, and they are enjoying that pleasure. And they are pulling us, calling us, please come, join this transcendental moment of Lord Chaitanya, of chanting, dancing and feasting, and experience, stay high forever. You can all the time experience so elated like that. Nothing of this world ever comes closer to that experience. But unfortunately, we have not experienced that. How many of you have danced and enjoyed in Kirtan, in temple hall? And in front of Radha Govind, it's so pleasurable. Just to look at them is also, there was one disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Her Grace Ladini Mataji. She was in New Vrindavan, she would dress the deities Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. She was so much in love with Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. After dressing, she would come in the temple hall, rounds are remaining because morning. In fact, for sleeping, generally people use pillows. What she would use as pillows were the Baldev's shoes, old shoes of Lord Balram in that temple. They were replaced by new shoes, new. So then the old ones are no more useful, but you cannot throw them because that is tadiya, paraphernalia of the Lord, non-different from the Lord. So she would use that shoes to put her head on in the night and she would take rest. Can you imagine? The shoes are hard. It's not like pillow, soft pillow, cotton, pads. No, this is directly shoes. But she would be so happy. Such pleasure is there in spiritual life. One can go on and on and on and on. It is to be realized. It is to be experienced. But the anarthas in the heart, they become blockage. They become problems. Just like now all of us are leading a normal life. But somebody has blockage in the heart, then suddenly he experiences heart attack. So there's some problem there. Or our this lungs and all this, this tract is free because we are healthy people. But those who have asthma, this tract gets filled up with mucus, and then the oxygen supply is not enough, and one has difficulty in breathing. Like that day, very difficult period. How many of you know asthma? You have some experience? It becomes very difficult. It's because we have that length, that tract is this much like that, and normal oxygen supply goes up and down. So it's very normal. But because of the mucus, it gets congested. and you are not getting enough oxygen. So you have difficulty in breathing. It produces very heavy sound. So that is how this material world is. So one can experience spiritual pleasure provided these anarthas are removed from the heart. As long as anarthas are there, so and because of anarthas we have experienced lower pleasures only. All this lust, sex life, and all that money. So when people are greedy for money, money will give all pleasure and I'll enjoy life. That is how it goes on.
Available in 10th class, going for movies, dhabas and all that. You restrictive knowing well that if I get
Good grade.
and I will get better job, more payment, etc. So you control yourself by knowing that there is some higher pleasure waiting. Similarly, for this also, spiritual life also, we have to control our lower selves. Be very convinced that spiritual life is giving that pleasure. And you can see devotees who are going on with this. They are senior to us and they are going on. They have controlled life and they are enjoying life like anything. Like brahmacharis you can see. No house, no money, no wife, nothing of material. What people derive security from, brahmacharis have nothing of that security.
In that shooting, that time
And they are dancing, but that is not several times the what they call scene is cut. No, this was not proper. Dance now this way. He is dancing on the tune of the director, and the director is not happy. And then he dances sometime and he says, okay, this is done. Now next 2 minutes, next 1 minute. You understand? And they are dancing on the tune of the director because money is there. Money is not there. Many times they will not. Who is the actor or actress? 365 days of the year they have full engagement. Are there? No, there are so many hundreds and thousands of actors in each language movie and all that. So everybody doesn't get a role every time. Nobody gets that. They become film star for some time they are famous. That time they dance and the dancing is also for money only. But we are dancing not for money. We are dancing for the pleasure of their lordships. And we dance every day, and so ecstatic. Mangalati, Guru Puja, Tulsi Aarti, and daytime Prabhu goes for street Sankirtan. Keep dancing. Ours is a dancing Lord. Gauranga is dancing Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Jagannath is eating Lord. He keeps eating. And your Ranganath is sleeping Lord. Your Balaji is standing Lord. He is standing on it like that. But all varieties of Lords are there. And likewise the devotees can enjoy life. So we need to control our lower self to experience higher pleasure. We already discussed how we have already controlled ourselves in 10th class and all, so that we get into better college. How many of you did that? In 10th class and all, maybe in 12th class also, to get into engineering. We do that. And even during exams and all that, you restrict yourself. I remember in my exam time, I would be like this, studying the college book, revising. And here, very less prasadam, because exam pressure was so high. I have to revise, otherwise I will not do well if I don't revise. So much we control ourselves for higher prospects. So why not in spiritual life for spiritual pleasure, which we can see other devotees are experiencing, because they are applying themselves to the process, they are getting returns. Like you invest in a bank, but immediately you don't get anything. After a year or two, FD matures and then you get 6%, 7% more. You get more. Or you put in some bigger company or something like that, then you get so much. For some time you don't have access to your money. FD is what they call fixed. You can't break it. So you don't have, but then afterwards you get much more. Yes or not? In worldly life we have so many things like that. In traffic signal you wait there, you control your then all of us can move very smoothly, very fast, and overall we can reach the destination faster. Now imagine for hundreds of kilometers we don't have any signal only. What typical Indian, you must have seen a traffic jam where there is no traffic police, no signal. What happens? So all like, nobody can go forward, nobody can go backward. Only successful person is the cycle rider. He picks up his cycle and he passes through and he goes. All others are stuck. Two-wheeler people, sometimes they get on the footpath, isn't it? Somehow they drive. Four-wheeler people, they cannot get on the footpath. They are stuck on. So thus, we need to control ourselves to move forward and faster. Move forward and faster. So some kind of control is required. So that is very much required. So there are many shlokas in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 30th verse. Krishna says, Mayi sarvani karvani sannyasya chetasa nirashindramama bhutva yuddhasya vigata chara. One has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in a military discipline. Prabhupada says, one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties as if in military discipline. So military, there is discipline. How many of you were in NCC or something? Some kind of thing? At least in school we had PT and all that. No? They teach us discipline. Saudhan! Like this. You cannot do. As soon as it says Vishram, then we start talking to our friend. Study what happened. So when we are talking too much, again the teacher says, Saudhan! Again. Now we cannot turn also our face. Some kind of discipline is taught. All of us in childhood, parents also taught us. How many of you would sit on the chair and move your leg, and mother said, don't move your leg? My mother said, if you move leg like that, mother dies. I was shocked. Immediately my leg would stop. No, mother should not die. Means it was not truth, but she would tell like that. Very scary proposal. Automatically got disciplined. In Gurukul also there was strict discipline. Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan. He resides in Gurukul. So that way you are also residing in hostel or in vice. But Danto, next word is Danto. Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan Danto. He controls his senses. So sense control is very important. Senses are outlet of the mind. Mind has so many desires, and through senses, mind fulfills the desire. Just like now I want to pick up this kartal. So I cannot pick up with my palm. I can press it. That's it. I have to pick it up with my fingers. So the hand, in one sense, palm cannot. So palm is compared to mind or hand. But these fingers, which are the outlet, so they can help me. So likewise, the mind's desires are fulfilled through senses. So these senses are if they are not controlled by the powerful charioteer through the ropes, through the medium of ropes, they will go in all the direction and create such a chaos, pathetic experience for that passenger. Passenger is the soul, intelligence is the driver, and the mind is the ropes. So then senses, the horses can be controlled. So we all need to learn this. Danto Guror Hitam. He works for Guru's pleasure. When Guru is pleased, he makes advancement and he feels pleasure, spiritual pleasure. But then only when he is sense control. If not, then he is miserable. He can enjoy life on lower level, but that is not continuous, that is not satisfying forever. Any pleasure, eating pleasure. There are people on 31st December night, year end. There are so many parties in the world they go on. So one friend will get, so one person will be invited by so many friends. Come there for party, 10 o'clock in the night. Somebody says at 10:30, somebody says 11 o'clock. So some people are there, what they do, they go for one party, eat all the foodstuffs, whatever that feast is, and then after that they eat one pill, one tablet. By that they vomit everything. They wash their mouth in the basin. Then they go to next party and enjoy all the foodstuffs over there. And then afterwards again they take a pill, vomit everything. Then they go to third party. Yeah, people are there. Because tongue is like that, na? What to do? All the pleasurable. And then what happened? Tongue enjoys, but the stomach is full now. Now how can tongue enjoy further? It's just not possible. So the stomach has to be cleared off. So how will they do? Through vomiting. So people do that way. You beyond birth and death, you must have seen a picture of man sitting on sofa, and some many women somebody is pulling the skin, and this tongue is pulling. There are people in the Western countries who travel 3 hours non-stop drive. 3 hours they non-stop they drive and reach a particular hotel to eat particular. Are not what the Vedas recommend. There in one Purport Prabhupada says that what he says that the student of Vedic life doesn't lead a life of unrestricted sense gratification. They control themselves. That's why Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan Danto Guru Hitam Acharan Dasavat Nicho. He acts like a humble menial servant. Guru Sudruda Savratam, and he becomes the best friend of his spiritual master. Disciplining the mind, he says, it is like flaps on the horse's eyes. Horses you have seen? They have some kind of structure over there. Why? Because horse is very restless. If he sees this side, he will be disturbed by something happening there or that side. So only front road will be visible for him. That's some kind of flap is put. So like that, we should also have instructions of the Vedas and the Guru. They on both sides, and then one can march forward by leading life of sense control. Otherwise, there will be havoc in the spiritual life. So it's very much required that we control ourselves. So what we need to do? We need to have higher engagement, higher pleasure. Then only we'll be able to give up. So what is the higher pleasure for us? Association of devotees. We have katha. This is intellectual also. And we have prasadam. This is physical. See, prasadam is physical pleasure. Then katha is intellectual pleasure. Kirtan is mental pleasure in one sense. So we have everything. What not we have? All replacements are there, all alternatives are there, isn't it? Those your friends must be going to dhabas and all that, no? Some kind of hotels, isn't it? So you go to temple. There's a big feast there. Temple is like a 5-star hotel. But Prabhupada said also, ISKCON is not a free hotel, especially for brahmacharis. They should not join ashram thinking, nice prasadam is available. Morning, evening, keep eating. No. So we have physical food replaced physical enjoyment through prasadam, mental through kirtan, dancing, etc., and intellectual through katha. So we have everything, and this is all actually on soul platform. This is not physical, mental, intellectual. I just told you how alternatives are arranged by acharyas, so that we can control the lower self. When we have such nice prasadam, who will think of going out in some pay money, take trouble and eat some meat and vomit or have some dysentery? It's all third class, isn't it? And so many unhygienic it is. How many of you seen it's very unhygienic inside? In the mess and all, college mess, if you go inside, even in hotels and all that, they look very nice outside, nice glasses, nice clean tables, waiters are wearing fresh clothes. Inside you should go and see where they cook. So horrible. Horrible. Here there may be nice like this granite or something. Inside where they cook, it may be very simple tiles and all that, and it's all dirty. And the oil that is in which the samosa and all is cooked, so much oil for frying. And then the samosas are have seen this, and they do this. It's very horrible. And those waiters and all that, they don't even take bath many times. Early morning, they have to provide breakfast and all that. So they do all that, breakfast, cooking, all that. Then 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they go for taking bath. And then next lunch cooking they have to start. And the mess is also similar way. So it's very unhygienic. So one should control oneself this and have spiritual pleasure, then one can be very happy in life. Self-control is the key to success. They say now in PWD, what they call Public Welfare Department, road construction and all that. So now your normal road by which you would go to college, now it is blocked because it is under construction. So they'll tell you go take detour, long route. And what they will write there? Temporary inconvenience for permanent convenience. We are going to build cement road. Next 50 years there will be no ditches, no problem. You can smoothly travel. But for the time being, for these 2 months, 5 months, just control yourself, go by a little longer route. So temporary inconvenience for permanent convenience. Actually it is not permanent convenience. Just now as I said, 50 years only, that cement road. After say 50 years again you have to break it and have another road there. Same thing with the building also. Very nice building you have Graha Pravesh and then you enter. It's not forever. 50-60 years later it has to be demolished. Otherwise it's dangerous. Again new building has to be built up. But in spiritual life, just control yourself little bit for time being and then you enjoy so much pleasure. In fact, we are having ongoing pleasure also, as I said, prasadam, dancing, isn't it? So it's all pleasure, all happiness. Yes, any question?
This question is regarding yesterday's mind intelligence.
Oh, okay, ठीक है, ask.
Sometimes mind says and we follow that.
It is intelligent decision if it is in accordance with Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. It is mental platform if it is not matching over there. Like I feel like I should take now 100 gulab jamuns. No rice dal, sabzi, chapati. So ask whether Guru is saying like that, Sadhus are saying like that, Shastra is saying like that. No. So then it is mental platform. It is not intellectual. Any other?
Self-control comes with mind control.
Yes, all three we already discussed: physical, mental, intellectual.
So this mind control, right now we are sadhakas. So mind keeps on going here and there and we have very less control over the mind now. So when mind is giving these kind of troubles, how do we handle now?
We have to first of all stay with devotees. How many of you have observed if you are alone, you're isn't it? 2-3 hours people sleep. So this is not proper. And if one is passionate, then mind is lusty and all some dangerous thoughts come and one goes. Nowadays mobile is there. So best is to not have smartphone. How many of you have button phone? Only one devotee. He is the only fortunate. Huh? Tablet he has. So if you don't have mobile, the smartphone, how many of you feel that if you switch over to button phone, life will be quite peaceful? Yeah, see, you all know. How many of you seen that with my smartphone, mind becomes crazy? Yeah, because there's so many things over there, isn't it? In button phone, what do you have? Call going, call coming. SMS sending, SMS receiving. What else we have? Some clock is there. Alarm is there. What else is there? Calendar is there. Some games are there, but not much. In smartphone, My God, hundreds of apps are there, isn't it? And through Google and all through net, you can have millions of things accessible. All the garbage of the world is at your fingerprints. So, if only you can give up mobile, smartphone. You can have mobile, smart button phone. Life will be much easier, peaceful. Mind will be much controlled. Think about it. If you could. Nahi, I am okay with uncontrolled mind, but I cannot give up smartphone.
Now the reason is that seva. The seva nahi hone wala.
You don't do that seva. We'll give you simple seva in which smartphone is not required.
People say it's not practical.
Hmm?
It's not practical. Come on.
Then deal with your impractical mind. You see, it's very clear. Already our mind is uncontrolled, and with that smartphone, it becomes all the more uncontrolled. If it is like you are having smartphone, but you use it like for 5 minutes per hour or 1 hour in 24 hours, then it's okay. After every 1 hour, let's say it's 12 p.m. So you go and check your mobile, okay, what SMS, WhatsApp, something. Then you keep it there. Then you go out at 1 o'clock. And 1 to 1:05 you check, okay, what is there. Then it's okay. You have restricted, kind of restricted mode or in that you are using. Then okay. 5 minutes. Overall you might be using whole mobile for 1.5 hours in a day. How many of you use mobile for 3 hours or so daily? How many use for less than trying to rescue others? I don't know how to swim and you are drowning in the river, and I jump there to protect you. What happens? Before reaching you, I only drown. Is that intelligent? I should shout, na? Hare Krishna, my friend is drowning, please come, run, help. Or you can put some rope or something, that is also okay. You don't know how to swim and you are jumping in the water. You will only drown. So think about it. This is quite important. Mobile has from your mobile is with you, isn't it? But laptop you will not carry. It will be there in the room somewhere, sometimes in the bag. Mobile is the worst. Think. What could be done? Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, consider our parents are not completely into devotional practice, not into Krishna consciousness.
For that matter, we are also not completely Krishna conscious, and
At least we are
we are
in a
making
path.
show. We are making show. Yeah.
Yeah, true, but at least we are trying to be in the path, right?
Yes.
So, in that case, there are certain times we must be with our parents, we must do seva with them. So, we all know that if we are in Sangha, definitely our sadhana, everything will get good growth and we are into proper path. But what if we are into their service, and even sometimes, yeah, they do agree that we follow strict vegetarian diet, but even at that times, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes onion garlics come into our diet also. So what is the good practice? So we should we give up our parents? Should we give up their serving? So what is the correct thing to be
If you
followed?
can explain to them how long in 365 days of the year, how long you are with parents?
For example,
Not an example, how many days? Approximately you tell.
12 days in a month.
12 days in a
12
month.
days in a month. Like I do work in a hybrid mode, so I used to go to
Okay,
my
ठीक है. So
hometown.
you can request them that when you cook sabji, cook it without onion garlic and remove it separate, keep it separately for me. For your part, whatever you want to do, you may do. But give me without onion garlic. Then that bhoga you can offer to Krishna with tulsi, etc. You can take prasadam. Prasadam is very purifying. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirashyo that he says, but apart from he says that ahara shuddho sattva shuddhi dhruva smriti smriti lambe grantina vipramoksha. Ahara shuddha sattva shuddhi. If food is sanctified, purified, pure, then sattva shuddhi, existence is pure. Sattva shuddhi dhruva smriti. Then it leads to very finer tissues in the brain development of that. Sattva shuddhi smriti lambe sarva grantina vipramoksha, and that leads to liberation. So it all begins with food. It's very important. It has to be pure, sanctified food by offering it to Krishna. If onion garlic is there, it's in tamogunam, and you cannot offer it to Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. And coming to sadhana, so for example, if we consider today morning, so when we are in Sangha, for example, today I have chanted 13 rounds. But same thing if I practice in my home, hardly I will do only 6 to 7 rounds. Though after I offer cow milk and after having it, again I can improve and I will be doing, but there's a quite difference in the
You should
sadhana.
preach at home to the neighbors and all that, and have regular satsang over there. Apart from that, you should join online classes. Tell one friend of yours to wake you up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. He should not leave you till you get up, go to washroom. Till then, he should do your follow-up. Some kind of
Reasons no Sangha is coming, like you said, no, like
Preach.
get people, get
yeah,
them
preach. No,
involved.
you cannot survive otherwise. You need devotee sangha. Even if you online attend classes, that is just online only. Around you there is no one. So you need people. So you preach. What's the problem? It's a universal philosophy. You can preach it to Muslims, Christians, Parsis, everyone. So you are being surrounded by so many Hindus only. What is the difficulty?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
You were mentioning about we have got the positive alternatives for all the things, all the
Physical,
levels.
mental, intellectual.
All the
Yeah.
levels. So, but as conditioned souls generally, they are not, because we are not into Raga and Naga, we are still practicing Vaidhi Bhakti. They may not be having so much attraction towards them. So, what can be the impetus to follow them? Because there may be sometimes we may on the knowledge platform we may execute that, oh, this is best, this Shreyas, it gives ultimate benefit, I should do it.
We need association only. Association protects. Sangha sanjayate kama also. Desire also develops. Like we can have philosophical discussions and then slokas. So we'll find that many of us don't know many slokas. Isn't it? How many of you know this sloka that I quoted? What is the beginning? Yan maithunadi grahamedi. How many of you know the sloka by heart? So you see. So then, when on the positive side, there will be some kind of seeking. Oh, I also need to know this sloka, like that. Otherwise, what? Then only go to YouTube and only watch movies. That is the only low class pleasure. As far as physical pleasure, I don't think anybody is going outside for eating. How many of you are strictly following prasadam diet? No matter what, you take prasadam only. Little doubtful. Raise your hand like this, straight. 24. Nothing goes in the mouth which is not offered to Krishna. So majority are able to follow as far as physical things are concerned. So only now two remain, mental and intellectual. So mental is the problem. We will watch movies in the YouTube, some music, something like that, Bollywood, Hollywood, Tollywood. You go to somewhere else only. So better is to avoid mobile for that also. So it's the mental is the only problem, and mental mind is uncontrolled. That is the problem. So we have to chant more, or chant at least 16 good rounds. Don't chant 16 rounds. Chant 16 good rounds. Put 99% of your day's energy into daily chanting. Proper said 99% of our advancement depends on chanting. So 99% of the day's energy has to be put in chanting. We have to work, sadhana, practice makes man perfect. So we have to practice like anything. We have practiced materialism, sense gratification a lot. Now we have to, this side we have to do a lot. It will happen slowly, slowly. Association protects, as we already discussed. So be in the association of devotee. Never be alone. Alone means you will be butchered only. Just like on the highways and secluded areas, where are the dacoits? Are the dacoits there? Are there in the marketplace? Thieves? They will be in secluded area where nobody there and you are passing. Immediately they catch you and show you knife and all, give money, everything. And then they see nobody there, they'll throw you and they'll run away. Can any do the thieves are there stealing around the police station? Most dangerous, they will be caught. So that's why you have to know our weakness is being alone. When we are alone, we cannot practice bhakti. Ekaki amar nahi paebal harinama sankirtane. So don't be alone. Be with devotees. Always stay in the youth center, and afterwards, if you like, you're most welcome to Brahmacharya Ashram. Good Sangha is there. 30, 40, 50 Brahmacharis are there. Like. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, suppose we in college, our friends and our classmates are give some biscuits and they're forcing to eat. Why not to eat, and like that they're forcing.
You can say that. You can say I follow higher level science. The food cooked, the person's consciousness enters in it. So food has to be ideally cooked by those who are devoted to God. Then it should be offered to the Lord by those who are devoted to the Lord. And ideally served also by the devotees. Because the consciousness of server also goes in that. That's why senior most devotee should serve prasad ideally. What will they think while serving prasadam? Chaturvedha Shri Bhagavat Prasada Swadvanna Triptan Hari Bhakta Sanghan Krutvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. 4 varieties of foodstuffs are offered to Krishna. That which is chewed, that which is licked, that which is sucked, and that which is one more. He feels so satisfied. Kritvaiva truptim bhajata sadaiva. So his consciousness is high class consciousness. So they should serve, pure devotee should serve, or senior devotee should serve. So that consciousness affects us positively, negatively. Who is serving, who is cooking, who is offering, all these things matter. You might have heard that story of one lady, old lady. She invited the sadhu when he went to village, he would go. In that village, please come to my house. And he said, fine. He went. She was staying in a hut, but the foodstuffs were quite nice, delicious foodstuffs. quite rich. He was surprised. How is this poor lady with tattered clothes and simple hut could afford to give me this? But then he ate it. Then he washed his hands, thanked that lady, thank you, mother, and I'll take your leave now. And he left. He was going to next village. When he was at the outskirts of the village, he found somebody shouting behind, Maharaj, Maharaj, wait, Maharaj. I wonder, he looked back and the same old lady was running and coming towards him. She came running, and she said, wait, Maharaj. And she said, don't mistake on me, but just see my plate by mistake has come in your bag or what. I was wondering, why will I take your plate? I came to take prasad, not your plate. But okay, theek, she's asking. So he just opened his bag and saw there is plate, the same plate. He was surprised, he took it out and gave it to her. Sorry, I don't know how it came in my... She said, okay, no problem, doesn't matter. She was turned around and about to go. He said, wait a minute, my dear lady, your clothes are very torn, old, poor lady you are, and your house was also tattered, hurt. How did you give me such opulent foodstuffs? Then her head went down. She said, I heard in one lecture by one Maharaj Sadhu that we should invite sadhus to our house and feed them prasad, then by that we make advancement. So I thought I should also invite sadhu, but I am poor lady, where do I have foodstuffs and all that? So I went in one house, stole rice from there. Another house, I stole dal. Another house, I stole sabjis. Like there are some few houses, I stole different ingredients and I cooked and offered to you. And like that. Then the sadhu said, now I understand. Because you had the mentality of stealing, by eating that food, my consciousness was also affected. Unknowingly, I also stole the plate. This has never happened. Till date, this never happened. I have eaten in so many people's houses. But you have stolen, that's why the consciousness affected me also. Because I took that foodstuff. So the consciousness of the person matters. Like that. I heard that one lady and her husband, a young couple, they had terrible fight and very terrible. They were shouting on each other and all that. So after that, the child started crying, hungry for mother's milk. So she took him on the lap and fed him the breast milk. And after that, child died. So then post-mortem was then, and then they found that milk had converted into poisonous effect it had, and the child died. Because or crackjack biscuit. So vegetarian, there is no meat there. Sometimes there is garlic. That I was in Bangalore and they purchased some masala something for adding in something they are making. So they added it also in that. And afterwards, one devotee found in the ingredients garlic was written. And now what to do? So much they had added in that. So garlic powder or whatever it was there. So they asked me what to do. They wanted to add it in something, I don't know what it was. So I said, don't add it. Throw this away. Like that. Keep that simple. Or they must have done, then afterwards they again might have prepared through normal one. So we cannot take garlic, onion, these are foods in the lower modes. So the consciousness, hygienic also we already discussed. Is there high class hygiene there? Many times not. Like that this thing, while those rolling chapati, they will do like this, and like that only they will roll. Where they will go to basin, wash hand. They are not high class brahmanas. You understand? Sweating happens because the hot fire is there. They will just do like this and again keep rolling and all. It's very dirty. So you can say that I follow higher science. Please forgive me. And you distribute, no? You carry cookies from temple and give to them. You can say, check this, test this. This is much better. And this is cooked by Brahmins, those who are pure and all that. Pure in habits, pure in heart. So this is much better. I take this, you can tell them. I don't starve, I also take. You also carry cookies every day. When they are eating biscuits, you eat cookies. After some time they say, we also want. Then you can supply them. Take money also. If you have a lot of money, you can sponsor. If not, you can tell them one packet, 30 rupees, 50 rupees. Or Govinda will be very happy with you. Govinda restaurant, you are our agent, salesman. Then you will become very famous. All college boys and girls will take from you. Maybe then after your degree, then you don't do any job on the monthly you will earn lakhs of rupees. Take from temple for 30 rupees, sell there for 40 rupees. You earn like anything. And afterwards, if you want, you can also start your own Govinda restaurant. Think about it. It's a better prospect. So many boys, boys, girls, on the street they go near college, they eat cream roll, they eat vada pav, they eat, isn't it? Because mess doesn't give nice food stuff and it is only limited, morning and evening. In between they can't get. So this is the best proposal. Yes, any other question? Should we end? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.